Today, we're talking about the latest of Russia and Ukraine's 1,000-day war, President-elect Trump's latest cabinet nominations, New York City's plans to charge drivers to enter Manhattan, and other top news for Wednesday, November 20th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour-over today. Here's the quote of the day. If you're not confident in the authority of the scriptures, you will be a slave to what sounds right. Matt Chandler. Let's get started with some espresso shots. Tensions are rising as Ukraine and Russia reach 1,000 days at war. A day after President Biden lifted the ban on Ukraine's use of American-supplied long-range weapons to target Russia, Ukraine confirmed striking an ammunition warehouse 65 miles into Russian territory. Moscow says Ukraine used the American-made Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS, in the strike, which caused a fire but no casualties after Russia intercepted 5 missiles. In response to Uncle Sam's policy change, Putin finalized his own. Russia officially lowered the threshold for using its nuclear weapons. The new doctrine, proposed in September, allows a nuclear retaliation after a conventional military strike from any nuclear-powered supported nation, meaning Ukraine threatening the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Russia and its ally, Belarus, opens the door for Russia to go nuclear. As nations fight over temporarily held territory, followers of Christ rejoice in our eternal inheritance, the entire world made completely new, where we will live and reign with our Savior forever. Matthew 5:5 says, "Blessed are the humble, for they will inherit the earth." President-elect Trump keeps building his 2.0 administration. Here's the latest. Commerce Secretary, billionaire Howard Lutnick, a Wall Street executive and crypto enthusiast. Transportation Secretary, former Representative Sean Duffy, a Fox Business host who left Congress in 2019. Interior Secretary, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, tasked with driving U.S. energy dominance. FCC Chair, Brendan Carr, a current member of the FCC and a big critic of big tech. He has proposed banning TikTok and reforming Section 230, a legal shield for tech companies. Press Secretary, 27-year-old Caroline Leavitt, the youngest person to hold the position. Some big positions remain open, including the Secretaries of Treasury, Agriculture, Labor, Housing and Urban Development, and Education. Senate committees will likely begin confirmation hearings in early January, though formal confirmation votes cannot happen until Inauguration Day on January 20th. When discussing divisive topics, such as political appointments, remember that both your stance and how you take your stance reflect on Christ. We shouldn't sacrifice relationships to win arguments. James 3:17 says, "But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peace-loving, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, unwavering, without pretense." Getting to the city that doesn't sleep will soon cost you an extra Hamilton. On Monday, New York City's Metropolitan Transportation Authority Board fast-tracked Governor Kathy Hochul's revised congestion pricing plan. Beginning in January, drivers entering Manhattan south of 60th Street will face a new $9 toll, which drops to $3 after 9 p.m. A $15 version was set to go into effect in June, but Hochul paused the plan due to unintended consequences for New Yorkers. The reduction to $9 is temporary. Planned hikes will raise the toll to $12 in 2028 and $15 in 2031. The tolling is expected to generate the $15 billion needed to update New York City's 120-year-old transit system. Critics say the toll is a political move with huge consequences for the entire region. President-elect Trump has said he'd seek to terminate it once in office. Here's a verse to consider when two sides are fighting over the right thing to do. "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." Proverbs 2:6.
Hey, it's Ellie from The Pour Over. I've always dreamed of being the star of my own cooking show, and thanks to HelloFresh, I'm feeling this close to living that dream. With farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered to my door, I'm whipping up meals that impress even the pickiest critics. Cooking has never been this easy or exciting. With HelloFresh, gone are my endless hours scrolling through Pinterest looking for recipes. HelloFresh meals are well-balanced, simple, and packed with variety. Plus, with customizable options like protein swaps and side upgrades, every meal is exactly the way we like it. Oh, and if you're looking to stock up, HelloFresh Market has over 100 add-ons like desserts, quick breakfast, snacks, and more. This month, they even have Thanksgiving items that you can impress the in-laws with minimal effort. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free pour-over. That's 10 free meals across 7 boxes for new subscribers only. Just head to HelloFresh.com/free pour-over.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. The House Ethics Committee will meet today, facing mounting pressure to release a report detailing an investigation into sexual misconduct and illicit drug use allegations against Matt Gaetz, who's up for Attorney General. 2 women reportedly testified that Gaetz paid them for sex, and one of them saw him sleeping with a 17-year-old. Gaetz denies all allegations. Manhattan prosecutors declined to dismiss President-elect Trump's criminal conviction, but suggested freezing the case until after his second term, citing the need to balance competing constitutional interests. A Trump spokesman called the delay a definitive victory. It's expected both federal investigations into Trump, January 6th, and classified documents will be dismissed, and the Georgia election interference case is currently paused indefinitely. There's a carrot crisis. An E. coli outbreak linked to Grimway Farms organic carrots has left 1 person dead and 38 others sick across 18 states. Grimway has recalled affected baby and whole carrots sold under brands from Trader Joe's and Target. Check your fridge and the FDA website to make sure you're in the clear. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled that mailed-in ballots that arrived on time but lacked the correct handwritten dates on the return envelopes must not be counted, in accordance with state law. The order, prompted by the RNC and Pennsylvania's Republican Party, is the latest chapter in ongoing legal battles over absentee voting rules, which have sparked numerous lawsuits since 2020. We might have a new Queen of Christmas this December 25th, assuming Netflix can solve its live stream struggles. Beyoncé will deliver the first live performance of her Cowboy Carter album during halftime of Netflix's Christmas Day Ravens-Texans NFL game in her hometown of Houston. Christmas Day games with a new Super Bowl-worthy halftime show is Netflix's next foray into live events. And that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We appreciate your support and hope you have a great day. We'll see you on Friday. Real Christians with incredible stories. Compelled Podcast uses gripping, immersive storytelling to bring Christian testimonies to life. Take Tom Terrence, a man who once harbored intense hatred for communists and Jews and took a homemade bomb to the home of a Jewish businessman ready to unleash terror. But Jesus was there, ready to redeem. Listen to Tom tell his entire story on the Compelled Podcast in episode number 87, titled KKK Terrorist Finds Christ. Catch it on your favorite podcast app or visit compelledpodcast.com.